Hello YouTube, this is Yellow Ranger, and today I'm going to show you a deck called DDDT TCG. That stands for Diamond Dude Dragoon Turbo. This is kind of a rework of the old Diamond Dude Turbo deck, which revolves around activating Destiny Hero Diamond Dude's effect, and then milling normal spell cards, and then gaining their effects, some of which no longer require costs. Examples of this are Destiny Draw, Trade In, well, those are the big ones anyway. So, you activate Diamond Dude's effect and you mill this, and then next turn, if it's still in your graveyard, then you can activate its effect, and it can't be negated, and then you don't have to discard Destiny Heroes, or you don't have to discard a level 8 monster to get the effect. So that's pretty cool. But it's basically just a pretty easy way to plus off of cards like Warrior Train Alive, Ecall, Rhoda, Allure, Polymerization, if you can call that a plus, or this really cool card called Over Destiny. Most people don't know about this because it was never used a while ago, but now you can make XYZs with it, so I like it. You select Destiny Hero monster, and then you special summon one from your deck whose level is half of that monster's. So since you run all level 8s, and believe me, these are really easy to get into the grave with these cards. So, or Future Fusion. Once they're in the grave, then you activate this and you special summon Diamond Dude from your deck. So that's alright. Then you use its effect, maybe you can plus. And then you can overlay with either Stratos or Prisma, which, even though it's only like 5 level 4s, this deck is kind of like normal hero decks. Normal hero decks, so you can get your guys in the field really easily. So it's pretty easy to go into Blade Armor and do a shitload of damage, or go into Maestroke and play defensive until you can draw your Poly and then go for your fusion. But anyway, so with all this plussing going on, eventually you're hoping to get into either Future Fusion or Poly, and then have these in the hand. So Warrior Train Alive makes it pretty easy to get those back into your hand, and then once they're in there, then you Poly. Then you summon Destiny and Dragoon, and some of you may know what this card does, but most probably not. You can only fuse them with Destiny Hero Plasma and Dogma, so you can't do any King of the Swamp shenanigans. Once per turn, you can select a monster your opponent controls and then inflict damage to them equal to its attack and destroy it. That counts the attack on the field, so say my opponent has a Grapha and it's boosted by 300. He'll take 3,000 damage from it. That's basically how that effect works, but if you use it, then you can't do your battle phase, and if you get Bailored in response to that effect, you still can't use your battle phase. And during the standby phase, he's a Treeborn Frog. All you have to do is remove and play Destiny Hero card, so if you get Soul Morning, you can summon it multiple times. So, and you can also Econ it, but I stopped running Econ. Yeah, so he's incredibly good. Only he's kind of susceptible to some stuff now that Brow's gone. So, Bren Lance protects him from Compulse or Bottomless Trapple. And Chaining, Treacherous Trapple, also works the same way for him. But this card's pretty awesome too, and the fact that this deck is like so fast, it doesn't really have any room for traps. So I figured I'd just throw this one in. Other nice tricks, you can summon Dad pretty easily. You can go for goats, either into a Destiny Hero Plasma, and oh my god, just please, everyone can just shut up now, okay? Plasma is not a tribute summon. It's a special summon. So you can tribute scapegoat tokens for it. If you don't understand this rule, you really need to go into a time machine and go back to 2008 or whenever this deck was meta, and then learn this rule, and then when you get back, shoot yourself in the face and kindly revive yourself as a zombie and continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway, so yeah, you can summon Plasma pretty easily off that, and you hardly ever summon Dogma, but if you want to, just remember that you have to tribute a Destiny Hero monster, so make sure you have a Diamond Dude on board before you try to summon this guy, or else you'll look like a fool. You can also go Scapegoat into next turn normal summoning effect failure, so you can go into Formula, draw one, and then go into Catastor. That's just the more efficient way to do it. Make sure to always do this during the end phase too, so that way you can summon next turn. I'm thinking about running Duality in here, but as it is, I kind of like Special Summon, especially with Over Destiny, so it doesn't work at the moment. Utopia because it's good, and then all this shit, including Utopia Ray because he's really good. These are just random synchros. With Shining, you can make it off of Future Fusion, so it's just good for, like, say, dumping a Stratos, so that then you can mortar turn it and then start pulsing out Stratos. And these are kind of also for emergency situations when all you have is Poly and nothing really else except for 2E heroes, yay! And with Gaia, you can use Poly with a Scapegoat token to make it. I just thought I'd throw it in for that reason. And no, Poly is not a cost. So it doesn't matter that Scapegoat isn't going to the graveyard, because it's a token, you can still poly with it. And size just for fun, and this is the main weird card. It's pretty good to throw Stratos back into your deck just in case you want to reuse it with E-Call, because sometimes these are dead, unfortunately. That's the profile, and I'm going to post a video with me playing it, so you can check that out too.